Hello and welcome to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back at Lime Rock Park for the Grand Prix edition, this time in the BMW M4 GT4, the G82, so not to be confused with the old model. This should be an absolutely great week of racing. It's a really, really good track, very conducive to close racing. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments. Let's start the thing. Okay, let's start the hot lap. We're going down the left, trying to avoid the grass there. Going to drop it down to fourth, long trail off. You want to be out mid-road here and then feel for the power back on. Over to the right-hand side, little dab on the brakes. Leaving it in fourth gear, building back up again. Little lift here, going through turn 4. Back up on the brakes again, on the gas again, sorry. We're in fifth gear, add the tree, we go down to third gear, thread the needle. On the power all the way up the hill, up to fourth, up to fifth gear. Tiny dab on the brakes here, feeling for the grip. Leaving it in fifth, little lift. Back on the gas. Take a little bit of grass there, but don't take any more than I did. And over across the line in a 54.008. Right, let's do the breakdown. Let's start the breakdown lap, and obviously it goes without saying, but this is the sprint fix setup. The first braking marker is just before the 2 on the left-hand side here. It's actually the 3. Wow, it always feels like the 2. But as we get to the 3, I get onto the brakes, only up to about 70%, and then we've got a long trail off. We're in fifth gear. We're going to drop it down to fourth. We're going to clip the first apex here of Big Bend. So there are 2 apexes. Turns 1 and 2 are all Big Bend. We're going to come out to sort of mid-track, and we're going to start feeling or feeding the power back on. I don't want to take too much of this curbing. The BMW doesn't particularly like it. We're going to get out to the left-hand side, back over to the right-hand side, and then I'll sort of turn in a little brake marker. These marks in the middle of the track here, you should just get a feel for it. We're only braking up to about, 40%, and then we're going to trail that off. We're leaving it in fourth gear, and we're going to try and get building back on the gas as early as possible. You can't, unlike some cars, go 100% here. You can get up to about 3/4. And then as we straighten up the wheel, we can go up to 100%, and then we're back off again. Little lift around here. Then building back up on the power. Up to fifth gear. Just before the tree is our braking marker. So as always with the GT4s, we're not wanting to go up to maximum braking like we would maybe in the F4 or something like that. So wanting to be on the brakes for quite a long time. We're going to go up to about 90%. And we're going to get over to the left-hand side before we are turn-in. So we're using the rumble strip, dropping it down to fourth and then to third gear. We start the turn-in. We're trailing off. Then as we get to the first apex, trying to get up to it the maximum amount. I couldn't hit up to 100% until I squared off the wheel before we went through the second apex. Just absolutely flat through there, up to fourth, up to fifth. And then just before the sort of the drive faster sign here, once we get here, we're just going to go up to about 50% on the brakes. And then we're leaving it in fifth gear. We're going to take some of this curb, and we're back up at 100% now. Fires is off to the left-hand side. We can use the rumble strip fine. Leave it in fifth gear. And then once we get in the bottom here, once the suspension is compressed, and we've got the weight over the front tyres, going to do a lift to about 30% and then build back. Trying to get on the gas as early as possible, but without actually getting the X on the left-hand side. And there we have it. We've got the driving line version coming up next. As always, thanks for your support. I've been Sambo iRacing. I'll see you guys in the week.